All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
And I'm Joey Nickel.
Welcome to Today Is.
All right. So you've had some shows recently. Now, I apologize. We're recording these a little bit out of order.
Yep.
So if it sounds weird to the listener, now this is the first week in November. You guys are listening to this the first week of November.
Yes.
Which I forgot to look what day actual town planning day is.
It is, I believe, on.
Was it a Thursday?
I think it's on Thursday, and I am checking now.
Thursday the 6th.
And
Today might be November 6th. Thursday, November 6th.
It is. Oh, where? This is just the best start to the podcast ever.
Well, we'll figure that out later, I guess. But the point is, we're recording these a little bit out of order, so we're going to talk about some of the stuff that happened this week. You competed in The Village's Got Talent this week.
Yes, I did.
And that was on Tuesday.
That was on Tuesday. Yes, yeah. Tuesday, October the 28th, and. It was a fun experience. What was awesome, just an incredible venue. And I got down there, I walked in, and they had the electronic posters, so like cycles through upcoming things. And I immediately saw two people I know and work with, and one of which is a friend of the podcast. So I saw information about comedian Andy Forrester. And then I saw Marcus Crespo being advertised down in the Villages, and I'm like, hey, this feels like a homecoming, because I'm coming here, I'm seeing friendly faces, people I know and trust in comedy. It's fun, awesome experience. They treated me really well. It was the first time I've ever been in like a variety show where it was a bunch of different acts. There was a dog act. There were like the Chinese drummers, and they did like Tai Chi people, and like there were like celebrity, like a Sinatra impersonator, and like another guy who sang. I
don't know why, but Tai Chi people sounds derogatory. Like that's like look at those Tai Chi people over there. Like that sounds like a like when you're never mind.
Yeah, now that I'm hearing you say that, yes, I didn't like they had traditional.
Sounds like what a grandpa would call any Chinese person. Like
they had traditional dress on, and then they did like Tai Chi ballet fighting. And it was really cool. But every act had like 3 to 4 minutes, and the audience wasn't. And this is on me. In an audience in that situation isn't there necessarily to see comedy, and it takes them a moment to lighten up.
Yeah, I can see that. I've been on a couple variety shows as a comic, and it is a little rough. Now, I've never been on one where I only had like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
That's tough. Like, that's tough to have such a short amount of time to get the audience on board with comedy. I did a show in Tallahassee, and it was mostly musicians. It was mostly, I was the only comic on this show. And but he gave me 10 minutes, so I had time to kind of get them warmed up and everything. It is a little weird to go into comedy on a variety show when there's no other comic to warm you up into it.
Right. Yep. And that's the thing. Like I knew it was going to be rough like that going into it.
Yeah.
I should have made a better decision on my material. My material was fine. Yeah. Good jokes I know work, but I tried to do like quick hit highlights instead of just doing like one long, like I say longer, like 3 to 4 minutes. You can't really get in depth. So I was just trying to hit punchlines, but it didn't have as much connection as I wanted it to.
Mm.
So it is what it is. It's live and learn. Wonderful experience. They fed us. I had a cannoli.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're good.
What was the venue? They have like what was the?
So it was called Old Mill Run Playhouse. It is.
So it was like a theater.
Yeah. So
Oh,
so
nice.
it is both a movie theater. So they had movies going, and then they have an entire stage set up where they've got like I think it was like 320 people in there, and it was filled. It was sold out. With a stage in front, like professional camera crew, all that, and like we had the entire upstairs green room. Like we had a little performance, viewing spot. Like it was a top of the line venue. It was amazing. They treated us really well. So I mean, it was fun, and they raised a lot of money and are currently raising a lot of money to help veterans. So I mean, great experience. I just wish I'd done better.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I don't have any shows to talk about. I do, but not really, because it hasn't happened yet, technically.
They were wonderful.
Yeah. No, wait. It hasn't happened yet. Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
It's not till the 7th. So I was going to talk about come out the 7th to see Marcus Crespo at Really Good Beer Stop. Speaking of Marcus Crespo, I do have something to talk about, and it's a little weird. And I may even when we have our guest on. When we have our guest on the last episode, I can't decide if I want to talk about it then too. But I do have. Also update. I'm not sure where we're gonna do this show in December.
Okay.
When we film our special, because I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to split the door with the. We'll talk shop for a little bit here. I don't know if I want to split the door with the theater.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to need as much money as we can from the door to pay for the production of the special.
Right.
So part of me thinks like it really doesn't matter where we do it as long as it sounds good. The acoustics are good. Also, part of me thinks like maybe we could do it at the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
Also, because I think they have no shows planned for those days. Because it's in between Christmas and New Year's. The downside to that is, I mean, we could probably get a better. That's the thing. 50%, half of a ticket's kind of a lot to me because you can usually get like 70 or 80%.
Right.
When you work with like the Comedy Zone. The Comedy Zone will usually do 70, 80%. Now, the reason why is because they also sell food and drink. Mm-hmm. So they're getting most of their sales from food and drink, so they can give you a better split of the door.
Right.
I don't know. That might be an option, especially if we're able to get as many people as I hope we can. That might be an option. But also, I don't want the Comedy Zone logo in the special. I want it to look pretty plain back there, or something, or we put something back there ourselves.
We would just put something back there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could just put up a black curtain because it is kind of just in between that area.
Right.
Like we could just put up a black curtain there. So I don't know. Maybe the Comedy Zone's an option. It depends on if Leah wants to have people work that whole weekend. Like if people are planning not to work that weekend,
right?
I don't want to make people come in. But also maybe there's some people that want to work that weekend.
If we get it scheduled, I'm sure we could get people that tip there.
Yeah.
Which would be a big deal for them.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That might be an option. I know the acoustics are good there. I know the sound system there. Part of me also thinks like the other option is to go completely bare bones and find a venue that I just set up my own sound system. I don't use their sound system. then A, we're not having to pay a sound guy
Right.
for the venue, and B, I know what's happening. Like I know I know the quality of the sound system and stuff like that.
True. And then it's just finding the venue.
Yeah, right.
And
finding a venue that's going to allow us to charge, which the venues I'm running right now, none of them really fit what I want, because the obviously Shantytown's tiny,
right.
and it's in Springfield, not near not near. Well, I mean, it'd probably be closer to West, but it's not near our families. Then Root Down, not at all. Have you been to Root Down yet?
I've not. No.
Root Down's not a place we could do that at all. The and the other venue, Really Good Beer Stop, is a good venue, but it's not set up like I'd want it.
No,
it's an awkward kind of off to the side kind of thing. So
right.
And that screen is cool for what it is, but I don't think it would look good for a special.
No, for what we were trying to do, I think it would be a major detractor.
Yeah. So I don't think Really Good Beer. So all three venues that I run, I don't think would be good for filming a special. Part of me also, the weather's probably not going to be too bad. Like, part of me is also, we could do an outside venue maybe too.
Yeah. That's very risky.
Yeah, I mean,
and we'd have to ask where.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to be at somewhere where we could at least reasonably consider the noise outside wouldn't affect us.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, if it's an outside venue that's intended to have like bands and stuff at it, I don't think we'd have a problem. But if it's just a outside area, then we might. If it's like my backyard, then maybe. Well, I don't know. My backyard, we probably could do it in my backyard. Maybe. I don't know. No, not really, but that's not a real thought. The other option is I know a couple people that have big houses, like
yeah,
and a very large room that we could do it in, which I'm not necessarily against, because then at least it's contained.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, I know a couple places that we could possibly talk to. Oddly enough, a church or two that has a stage. That
I'm cool with the church. As long as they let us charge.
Yeah,
we probably couldn't do it at my church because they probably wouldn't let us charge.
Right, and that's the thing. I definitely want to make sure we're following.
And also, I'm cool with renting out a venue. Right. Like, that's fine. Like, if they're like, okay, it's going to cost X amount of money, you just pay this money and a deposit or whatever, and then you can rent out our church area, church recreational area or whatever.
Right.
I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
In my church, it's just a gym. It's just the gym.
Yeah.
The gym has the stage in my church.
Yeah, that would make sense. And yeah, this has actually been on the back burner for me, because shows and traveling and everything, and we're running out of time.
Yeah, I know. I'd like to have something. I'd like to try to start getting things nailed down this week or next week, because I'd like to, by the end of the first week in November, hopefully have it in stone, or to have it at least have an agreement
by
this week that we're airing this.
Yeah.
By the end of this week that we're airing this. So obviously things are going to get less busy for me next week, or this current week that we're airing this. It will not be a very busy week for me. I do have one show, but this week has been last week was very busy because of Halloween and all of the trunk or treats I had to do. I'm a very popular trunk or treater because I bring my full size. I do a Star Wars trunk.
Oh, nice.
And I bring my full size Star Wars guys with me. Everybody loves them, and everybody takes really too long at my trunk, and it holds up the line because they want to take pictures with the stormtrooper and stuff.
Understandable.
And I have lights and music and everything, and I bring the helmets of other stuff.
You also have a full-size Darth Vader.
I have a full-size Darth Vader. I brought him last year.
Okay.
This year I did not bring Darth Vader to a couple. Technically that hasn't happened yet, but I have a trunk or treat tonight, last week, and then Halloween. Now Halloween, I haven't at this point that we're recording this. You guys know we're recording out of order.
Yeah.
This isn't we're not trying to keep it a secret, but I haven't decided if I'm going to bring my guys to Halloween. So last year I set them up in front of my in-laws' house. That's where we do Halloween we go to my in-laws and we trick-or-treat their neighborhood, and we get together with the cousins and we all trick-or-treat together.
It's amazing. It's fun.
It's really fun to get together. So last year I set up my guys and handed out candy. I stayed behind and handed out candy and set up the guys in front of my in-laws' house. However, they live on a cul-de-sac that people don't really go down very much, especially once it gets dark.
Okay.
So I am a little concerned that that's going to happen again this year and that people aren't going to go down the cul-de-sac. So I haven't decided if I want to take the time to do it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I know that we had a very fun Halloween, it's the trunk or treating part of it. Love when we do it. Surprise, it's usually Harry Potter. Because most of my house is decorated in Harry Potter,
right?
And it's a blast. We just haven't actually done the trunk in like the last year. I know we didn't do it this year. So, but yeah, it's a blast, man.
Okay, there is something weird I want to talk about.
Okay,
and it's going to be hard to explain, and it is. I don't know what's going on. So I received, and I can't find it now. Which adds to the mystery. I received a bubble mailer. It's not in here. No, it's not in my case. I received a bubble mailer.
Okay.
Just a small something you would send pictures in or whatever to somebody. Just a plain gray bubble mailer. The packaging is not specific to a carrier, just gray packaging.
Gray packaging. Gotcha.
I got it in the mail. I got it in the mail on. It was the same day that I performed with Dusty Slay in Gainesville. So whatever day that was, the 21st, I want to say. I got it in the mail. I opened it. It was addressed to Joey Nickel, which is an interesting way to address me because that's not my real name.
Right.
And I don't have, the only thing I have that name attached to my real address is TikTok. Because I order, like if I get stuff from TikTok, if I order stuff from TikTok or they send me free stuff on TikTok, it gets sent to Joey Nickel.
Right.
Because that's my name on TikTok and that's the address I have. So that's the only connection to that address Joey Nickel has. So I got something addressed to Joey Nickel. The return address was California.
California.
Was this town called City of Industry, California. I've never heard of that city, but it's an actual city in California, City of Industry, California. And the name on it was Chen. That was it. Chen.
Okay.
That's it. That was the return address. Chen, and then the address with the street and City of Industry, California.
I think that you are being approached by a foreign government to become a spy.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very possible. I don't know why they chose California to send it from. So it's a bubble mailer. So I opened the bubble mailer. It feels a little stiff. So I'm thinking I ordered something I didn't remember ordering. Because I'm like, I'm not expecting anything, but maybe I ordered something.
Very plausible.
And I don't remember ordering it. Or maybe sometimes I'm like, sometimes it's a free gift from one of the places that I've worked with in promoting or ordered. But usually it's not in a bubble mailer. Usually, like, I couldn't think of anything that I would have received. I mean, it could have just been, I was like, oh, maybe it's just an ad for a TikTok shop. It was a piece of ripped cardboard.
a piece of ripped cardboard.
And that was it. Blank.
Okay.
Nothing on the cardboard. Nothing discernible about the cardboard except for it was just brown, regular, like ripped off of a piece of a box. No card in there, no note in there, just a piece of ripped cardboard, maybe about this big.
That they felt needed to be protected by bubble wrap.
They needed to be protected by bubble wrap, by a bubble mailer, and then sent to me. Somebody paid to send this to me, to Joey Nickel. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if this is a thing anybody else has encountered. I don't know if there's some sort of disease on it.
That is.
If so, Chris Buck and Dusty Slay have handled it. So, because I showed them, because this is something that could ruin my life. Just thinking about why I was sent this.
Right.
Like the mystery of not knowing what's going on is driving me crazy.
I have what I believe is a very plausible theory. I believe that Chin is the name of an AI personality.
Okay.
That is reaching out to anybody that will help it escape from the confines of the server that it's on. And that was the only way it figured out how to reach to you. And now you're so in depth in this mystery that you are going to solve it and help Chin escape.
I mean, that is as plausible as anything else that I've thought of. I cannot figure it out. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that it is from a TikTok shop and they didn't put the thing in it that they meant to.
Right.
They put the cardboard in it to protect the card that they were sending me, but then forgot to put the card in it or something.
Right. Or it's like an automated machine, like something got caught, ripped, and dropped in and the other part hit the floor.
Yeah, right. That's the only other thing I can think of, but no shipping information, no packing slip.
That's why I think my theory is right.
Yeah. That's probably right. Or it is some sort of evidence in a murder, and now my fingerprints are on it. Dusty, his first thought was he said, sign it and send it back. Act like it's fan mail. Sign it and send it back. And I was like, and also I don't know if it could be a prank. I have no idea. The thing about pranks is there should be a way for the person doing the prank to know if the prank worked or not. And I can't, unless they intended me to talk about it on social media.
So you think that Dusty Slay is the best prankster ever?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I know. Well, here's the thing. It can't be Dusty. And it can't be Dusty because I wasn't scheduled. So I had another show that I was supposed to do that day. The day Dusty was in Gainesville. So right. I was not planning to do the show with Dusty.
Right.
Then it fell through. So the day before the show, it was on a Tuesday. Monday, I texted him. I was like, hey, do you mind if I jump on this show with you? My other show got canceled. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Come on. Because it's him and Chris Buck, both very close friends of mine. I've known them for years. And he didn't have anybody else on the show. So, yeah, he had me on the show. So when I got that mail, that would have been sent without Dusty even knowing I was going to be on the show.
Right.
So it's not it wasn't like a prank from Dusty. It wasn't a prank from somebody in that group of people.
Right.
I have it's so bizarre. It would be less bizarre if there were nothing in it. Do you understand?
Yes.
If there were nothing in it, then you know for sure it's a mistake.
Yes.
If there's nothing in it, you're like, okay, well, they definitely forgot to send what they were supposed to send. Or they want to say they sent it to me, and there is you can figure out the scam, if it's nothing, then you're
right.
like, well, they obviously wanted to pretend like they were sending me something so they could say they sent me something, and then they didn't. But the ripped piece of cardboard, which it still could be that,
yeah.
but it's just that it changes it though, because then there's a chance it's not that.
Right.
I have been, I don't know what to do. And I've Googled the address and the name, nothing comes up, nothing concrete really gives me any information from that. I don't understand.
Now, I do have to ask a question, just getting back to the address of origin. Okay. Is the city called Industry or is it called City of Industry?
It's called City of Industry, California.
Okay,
That's the name of the city, is City of Industry.
That's what I thought, because I think I've seen that on a map before and just been curious, like what, but also just calling it the City of Industry, because it's like, oh yeah, the city of Jacksonville. Yeah. So right. It's a weird. There's nothing normal about that name or this situation.
It's not Industry, California. It's City of Industry, California. Like that's the name of the city.
It really sounds like it was named off of something that was translated to another language, then translated back, and it just didn't line up well. And that's what this entire thing seems like, is something that was translated from one reality and then back to ours, and it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. So if anybody is hearing this and can help me out, if you sent it, please let me know what's going on. Or if anybody has any idea, if this has happened to anybody else, please let me know. I debated whether I should even talk about it in public, because I'm like, what if this is something that I should not talk about? What if this is something that incriminates me? Or what if this is some sort of blackmail in some way that I can't see? But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I've got to talk about it open, like on social media and stuff, and see if somebody can tell me what it is.
So, and I'm talking to you, Chen. If you have an answer, please let us know.
Please let us know if somebody knows what's going on, or you're the one who did it. Please just let me know, because I have no idea what's going on. Whatever was supposed to happen with this prank, I don't understand it. And if it's not a prank and it's a mistake, let me know what's going on. And I can't find any way to contact this person except to mail something back to them. So like I could do that. I could mail something back to them, but that's it. That's my only point of contact.
I wouldn't spend the money or effort without knowing.
Without knowing, yeah. I'd like to know what I'm doing before I send it back.
Right.
Or send something.
But I will say I think it is important that you're talking about it. Because one thing that scams have in common is they don't want people to ask other people.
Right,
so
that's true.
Talking about
that's true. Yeah.
is the best course of action.
They want to isolate you when it comes to scams. So if it is a scam, then it is good to talk about it and find out what's going on.
If it's blackmail, who knows?
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll try to keep you guys updated. I have no idea what it is or what's going on. But it was weird. Let's go ahead and talk about our topic, because our guest is going to be here pretty soon for our next episode, our last episode. Our topic today is Friday, Saturday. No, that's Saturday.
Saturday. Is it?
Yeah, the 8th is Saturday.
Oh, my fault.
The 7th is Friday.
Yeah, Saturday. My fault.
Okay, so it is Saturday?
Saturday.
It is the 8th.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is the 8th. Yep.
So Saturday, November 8th, World Town Planning Day. Now, town planning is, I feel like, do you remember that episode of Seinfeld? You know how George always says that he's wants to be an architect?
Art Vandelay.
And then he found a kid that was just as like as much of a slacker as he was to give a scholarship to in the name of his dead fiance. Spoiler alert. That is funny because my wife we're watching Seinfeld right now. She's never watched it all. So there are things that she's getting, like she doesn't know, certain plot points she doesn't know.
Sure.
Like right now in what we're watching, she doesn't listen to the podcast, so this doesn't matter. Right now she doesn't know George gets engaged at all. That hasn't happened yet. Oh, now we've met Susan because they're doing the pilot for NBC.
Right.
But George he has not gotten engaged to George or anything like that. She hasn't, Susan. But so Susan dies, and then a foundation is created in her name, and he's in charge of finding a student to give a scholarship to. And he finds this slacker that reminds him of him.
Right, and I think one of the best parts of that is it's money that he could have shared, but now he has to purposely give away.
This is money that he could have gotten from marrying Susan, like that was part of stuff like that. But he now has to give it to somebody else, and this one kid, piques his interest because it reminds him of him, and then he says he wants to be an architect, and that's always the thing he fake wants to do. Right. And he's like, yeah, this guy wants to be an architect, And then he brings him into the interview with the board, and the board's like, this kid doesn't know what he's not smart. Like, why do we want to give him a scholarship? And then the kid's like, goes off about how he wants to be a town planner or a city planner.
Right.
And George is like, no, you want to be an architect. Like, he's like, what's this town planning stuff? You don't want to do that.
No.
Architect. So that is the extent of what my knowledge of town planning.
Yeah. Well, like I think of like town planning, like Sim City. That
Yes.
came. Like I've only played it a little bit, but I enjoyed it, especially after learning that when they actually looked at real cities and designed the video game, they eliminated parking because we know that parking is going to be a major hassle, or they like greatly reduced it. Like, because most cities are like just giant parking blocks.
Yeah, right. A lot of cities are planned around parking, especially the inner city, especially the actual city part. If we were to create a city, let's say we're going to create the Today Is Town. We're going to create Today Is Town. First of all, what would let's go through the guests that we've had, and then what job would they have? So let's say every guest we've had it will be in Today Is Town.
Okay.
So we've got Marcus Crespo, Wes Johnson, Emery. Who else have we had as a guest? Tucker, Spike, my brother,
your brother,
my kids, I guess.
Kids. I forget her name. She
Joan Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Let's see. Well, we had that episode where we had quick guests. With Tell an Old Joke Day.
Oh yeah,
we had Isaiah Burns and Dave Koenig.
We had a mirror.
All right, so we've actually had a lot of guests. Turns out we've had a lot of guests in the podcast. What jobs would we? So we're gonna need a sheriff. That's Marcus Crespo.
Oh, Crespo is.
We have. There's no other person I can think of at all to be our town sheriff.
Plus, he's got security guard experience.
Yes,
like he knows how to handle people, and he's loud enough to where people will hear him.
Yeah. So Marcus Crespo was certainly the sheriff of Today Is Town.
Yeah.
Let's see. We need. What else do we need? I mean, we'll be the mayors of the town. We're the central government of the town.
Yeah. We'll call it the Board of Governors.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
We need a hospital. Who's going to be the town doctor?
Oh, we haven't had a guest on.
We haven't had a medical
with medical
with any kind of medical experience.
That's rough.
Okay, how about a town builder? Spike. He has a business that's kind of building stuff. He's
built a lot of cabinets.
He's built a lot of cabinets.
I think that would translate.
Our houses will all be made of cabinets, but
we'll have plenty of storage.
We'll have plenty of storage in Today Is Town.
Surprising amount of storage in every house.
Emery will be foreign relations.
That isn't his home country in a war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. It's not a great area right now of Europe for conflict.
Okay, I'm down. He lives here. He fled. He avoided the war. I like avoiding war.
Yeah. He will be our ambassador to the United States.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be our own country. I didn't specify that. It's not just going to be our own town. It's going to be our own country. It's going to be an island, actually.
Right. We're planning.
Right. We've talked about this on Start Your Own Country Day.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
This is just. So we've already established that we're going to have Start Your Own Country Day. This is where we plan. This is where we plan things and have positions.
Yes.
We need animal control. Which Wes, because he likes to run over cats.
Yes, and he's very mobile.
That sounded very bad. Wes accidentally. Wes is in a wheelchair. If you're not familiar with the show, and he accidentally ran over his cat in his wheelchair. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't go try to run over cats with his car.
Right.
That's not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does. I have no idea. But that's not what I was talking about.
I mean, he does not have a spotless driving record.
Yeah, that is true. So we'll say he is animal control. Now we need. Let's see. We need.
So we've got we're gonna need people to work on infrastructure like roads and garbage and things like that. And it sounds mean to like throw people in. I will volunteer as the to help with garbage.
We need need waste management people.
Yeah, waste management.
That'll be everybody else.
Yeah,
all the other guests.
Everyone else,
they're all in waste management.
Waste management. You find a role
because I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of waste.
Yes, we're gonna waste everything. Nothing but almost pure waste. That's the way I envision that happening. It's going to be called Today Is Town?
Yeah, Today Is Town.
We can't abbreviate that. That's I mean that we can't put that on a map.
The postal code for that's going to be a little dicey.
80085.
Yeah. Today is town.
I mean, that's their zip code 80085.
So how do you feel about the planning of the towns we live in?
Of the towns we live in.
So I live in Green Cove Springs, which is very interesting because it's a small town, or it was. I mean, it still is, but it kind of was always the same. It's a small town that kind of never grew until now.
Right.
And now it's booming because they built the expressway, and then like a construction company built their headquarters in our town. So it's growing hugely, and the government is trying to keep up.
Right.
But it's a little tough. It's a little tough to keep up. So far, no big issues. We haven't had there's no I don't have any complaints about the traffic or anything like that, especially now that the expressway is up.
Right. Oh, the expressway is
but our town was kind of made to be a small town, and so it's been interesting to see them try to adjust to the growth, and we'll see how it goes in the next 5-10 years, how things are going to grow and how they're going to be able to accommodate the more citizens in the town.
Right. Yeah. I live in a suburban neighborhood, so it's weird because it feels like I'm just right outside of Jacksonville, but I'm really far outside of Jacksonville.
Well, what is it? 30 minutes?
Depending, 30 to 40 minutes. And so not super far, compared to other cities, but we're right on the outskirts. And
how far are you from downtown? How long does it take you to get to downtown?
40 to 45 minutes. But the infrastructure is catching up around here. So, we've got the expressway. We everything's building, and there's a lot more things coming nearby, several hospitals being built, and then all of the things that hospitals bring, the hotels, the
sick people
stay at hotels, everyone. It
is interesting to see the hotels that are being built around here. Because when I drive over here, I'm like, oh, there's a hotel there. That's kind of funny to me because it's like, what's over here?
Right.
There's a Walmart. It is kind of interesting what they've built around here. That's not that far. You've got right down the street. You've got a Walmart, a Home Depot, a Whataburger. We don't even have a Whataburger anymore. We had a Whataburger in Fleming Island, which isn't even Green Cove Springs, but
right.
There was a Whataburger in Fleming Island, but it closed during the pandemic.
Yes,
and they never opened anything else there. So we don't even have a Whataburger near me, but you've got a Whataburger 5 minutes down the road.
Right. And if you go just the other way, we've got another Home Depot, another shopping area. They just opened like Raising Cane's, which was like a big deal.
There's a Raising Cane's in Middleburg now?
It's in Oakleaf, which
in
is
Oakleaf. Yeah.
which is just right up the street.
Yeah.
But
even just here in your area, though, within 5 minutes of you, there's there's a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
There's a Salsas.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. We just had a Wingstop open.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that Wingstop opened. So it's very interesting, the stuff that's come around to Middleburg that hasn't hit Green Cove yet. Like they haven't done the same with Green Cove.
Right. Now here's a weird comparison though. I just spent a day in the Villages in Florida talking about if we're going to talk about towns that have been planned.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that is planned.
So it was very much a geriatric Disney World.
Yeah, it's like a theme park. Yeah.
Yeah, it like we're there. It's like everything is designed very specifically for easy access. Lots of parking very near the venues. I'm going back to the parking, but easy to walk to. Like, hey, there's a restaurant here. There's a theater here. Oh, there's a town square over here where there's always something going on.
Yeah.
And like there was a free concert Tuesday afternoon because it was Tuesday afternoon. And that's it. It was just amazing how planned everything was, and it was very nice and wonderful, but it also feels like it could use a little more chaos.
Right, a little too organized.
Yes.
Yeah. A little too organized with seemingly less freedom, but maybe not necessarily, but it just feels that way. You know what I mean? Which is how I feel about suburban neighborhoods most of the time. This is how, like, I really listen. This goes right along with the topic because, and I have a whole bit about this is in a big bit of mine, but I hate, I hate, HOAs.
Oh, they're awful.
I hate HOAs so much. I think HOAs are. The word fascism has been thrown around a lot lately.
Yes.
I feel like people are using that word a lot on the internet, especially, and I think some people don't know what it means necessarily, and they just like to use the word. Some people do know what it means, and they're justified in their assessment. But if you really want to experience fascism, look no further than a Florida HOA.
Oh.
And some are worse than others. The one we lived in before our current house. So right now we live in a house that does not have an HOA.
God bless you.
It does not. There's no. What's a CCD? I keep seeing that, or CDD. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's community development. Dead or designation. So it
I keep seeing things that I keep seeing new developments that'll say no CDD fees. I'm like, I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't even know that was a thing I needed to not have.
Right.
So that's weird. That's another thing. That's just another thing, right? Like there's an HOA and a CDD, or are they interchangeable?
So they're not interchangeable. The CDD or CCD, whatever the acronym is, it's like, hey, if we're gonna build this neighborhood. And we're gonna have like a community little pool or something like that. Everyone, when they buy their house, pays part of that, and that's what that is.
Oh, so that's more of a development thing than an ongoing thing.
Correct.
So the CDD is for development, and HOAs are for ongoing.
Yes.
Now I understand having an HOA if you have community property that needs to be maintained. Obviously, an HOA is going to take care of that. Looks like you guys have a playground, right?
Yes.
Across from where you live. So obviously that needs to be maintained. If there's any kind of park that's not owned by the city, needs to be maintained by the neighborhood. A pool, activity center, all that stuff obviously needs to be maintained and paid for. So obviously I'm happy to pay a fee to have access to those types of things.
Right.
That's the point of it. But the problem I have is when it's 3,000 degrees outside and I'm 300 pounds and I don't want to die. And then I get a note on my door that I waited 3 hours too long to cut my grass, and now they're going to try to find me. That's the problem I have.
Yeah.
I have a problem with them telling me what I can do on my own property, how I can paint my house, how I can put what I can put, like, and I understand like there's safety things and things like that, but most cities have their own codes for that kind of thing. That's already in place
Right.
when it comes to safety. It's like, obviously, you don't build a bonfire, or obviously, sometimes you can, depends on where you live, but it's like a lot of cities, if it's dangerous, the city is probably going to already have a guideline about it.
Yeah.
Don't put a moat with crocodiles around your house. Like, the city is probably going to get involved if you start doing that.
It depends if you're allowed to have pets.
Yes. And if you register the exotic pets.
Right.
So there's all these kinds of things. It's like, to me, the HOA, as far as when it comes to policing people's properties, is absolutely useless to me.
Hey.
Absolutely pointless. Like, and they do it in this whole name of we want to keep property values up. Oh, really? Like, is that really? So what? I don't care.
Right.
I don't care if our property values stay up by $2,000. It's like, what value is that actually bringing?
Right.
It's like, you can only paint your houses one color because we want. It's like, no, stop it, man. Get off my back. Like, this is why we moved. We specifically moved to a neighborhood that did not have an HOA because that's what we could afford, but because we could not afford to pay HOA fees. But that being said, when we moved from an HOA neighborhood, and I hate, just trash cans. Just like, I put my trash cans out, and they're like, "Well, you left your trash cans out too late," and then it's like, okay, well, I wasn't home, so what was I supposed to, like? I literally have not been home since the trash bin was taken out.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, you put your then I literally, the next week, you put your trash cans out too early.
Yeah.
And it's
here's my my HOA horror story. One of my many issues with HOA. We got a letter from the HOA saying that we needed to power wash our driveway. And hey, that's one of the rules. The letter contained a picture of our house, our driveway, and the car that was in there was a car we had sold the month prior. So we no longer had that car. We had already done everything we were supposed to. They're sending it a month late, and it wasn't in the mail lost. It was
Right.
It was dated like a day or two before. It got to us quickly.
Yeah.
You're sitting on something for a month, and it's not important. It's obviously not important.
Yeah, it's not that important. I just hate HOAs so much.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And the thing is I am employed by HOAs a lot. I have done many shows for HOAs, a lot of shows, especially retirement communities, or like 55 and up communities. Right. I get hired by those communities a lot. Every year I do probably anywhere from 5 to 10 HOA shows that pay well. And I still hate HOAs.
Yeah.
And I say that at the shows, and everybody agrees with me, even though they know that this is an HOA. Like, the HOA is paying for this show for them to go to. And it's like, and they know, everyone knows, even the people in the HOA knows HOAs are terrible. So I don't understand how they still exist in the capacity that they exist. Oh, there's our guest for last week.
Here we go.
Hey, we're still in the middle of recording our last. No, you're good. If you want to just sit in the corner like a bad child, we're about to wrap up this episode. But we're ranting about HOAs right now.
They're terrible.
But I don't understand how they still exist in the capacity they exist in, when everyone knows, everyone agrees they're terrible.
I
don't understand it.
They are the absolute worst. And the thing is, I think everyone knows, except for like the 3 or 4 people that just love controlling everybody.
But how does that? I mean, I guess we see evidence of that in government all the time, where
Absolutely.
it's like nobody wants this, but somehow it's still happening. It's like I don't understand how nobody's been able to champion the HOA reform, like to where it's no longer like policing dumb stuff about what you do on your own property. Like, yes, if you have community property, obviously that community property needs to be maintained and paid for. So obviously HOA makes sense. And the neighborhood we lived in that had an HOA, we had a pool and we had a community center. And obviously that stuff needs to be paid for and maintained. It was a gated community. So it needed, that gate needed to be maintained and stuff like that.
I think it's BlackRock. I do think they are a factor.
Yeah,
because they are buying large numbers of houses and making it more inconvenient for the average person to own where they have to rent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And then the stricter the HOA, the easier it is to control the renters.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. I guess that's very possible.
Yeah.
But it just seems like nobody likes HOAs. I have never met a person that's been like, you know what, my HOA's the good one. I've never met somebody that's like, my HOA is the one good HOA.
No, like the closest to that I've gotten is our HOA doesn't send us letters.
Closest. You're right. The closest I've gotten is like our HOA doesn't really care.
Yeah, all they do is take our money, and the community property doesn't look great.
Yeah. That's the best. That's the best HOA we can find. Yeah. So anyway, HOAs are terrible. Never mind. We're not going to plan a town anymore because that sounds terrible.
Yeah. So if you're out there world planning, don't town plan today.
Yeah.
Especially you, Chen.
Yeah, Chen, stop planning towns. By the way, Marcus just walked in. He's our guest on last week's episode. This is out of order. We're recording out of order. But we said if we made a Today Is Town, you'd be the sheriff. Like if our Today Is Town is populated by all guests of the show, then you'd be the sheriff. Wes Johnson would be animal control because he likes to drive over cats. But we still need a doc. We haven't figured out who'd be our doctor. We don't have any like nurses or doctors that have been on the.
I mean, Wes has spent the most time in the
Wes
hospital.
has spent the most time in a hospital, so that could be. Yeah, he might have to do double duty. He might have to take care of the animals and the humans. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today is World Town Planning Day, so go out there and plan some towns.
Yeah, that makes sense. Quickly, are you going to be up in Savannah for the comic battle?
I did not sign up for the Savannah.
Okay.
But you did.
I did.
What day is that? The 3rd? No, the 7th? The 8th?
The 8th. Yeah.
I'm just going to say numbers until I get the right one.
Yeah, the 8th on World Town Planning Day.
So November 8th, see Bobby in Savannah at the Savannah Comedy Review competition.
Yeah, so when you listen to this, that immediately start driving to Savannah.
That's day of, As soon as you listen to this, start driving to Savannah to see him and vote for him. Last year, he won Audience Choice Award.
Audience Choice, yeah.
So, and then... I can't think of any other shows. Probably December 27th is when we're going to film.
That would be wonderful.
That show. So probably the 26th, 27th. Those are the dates we're looking at for the big show with Wes and Bobby and me. So anyway, and I'll obviously come out to the open mics every Monday at Shantytown at 8:30 and every Thursday at Root Down on Park Street at 9:30. And then every first Friday of the month, we've got Really Good Beer Stop, but there is no show for December or January. I'm not sure why he didn't want to do this December. That's usually a good time to do shows, but he didn't want to do December. And then January, it is January 2nd it would be. So he didn't want to.
That's a tough one.
Be so close to New Year's. I think he was afraid he wouldn't have the staff or something, or his bartender would call out or something. They're very small. It's a small business, so like. When a bartender calls out, sometimes they just close.
Right. Yeah.
So he didn't want to risk that on January 2nd. So the next one will be the first weekend in February. So we'll let you know who's going to be on that show when it gets a little bit closer. But Thank you for listening. Today is whatever we say it is, and you're here for it. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Today is whatever they say it is, and we're here for it.